back. Let me hammer this. G'day trendsetters. Welcome to episode 197 of the Trend Smooth podcast. My name is Tim Egg. If you have any questions you'd like featured on the show, jump on through to the website trendsmooth.com, or you can send me through an email, tim@trendsmooth.com. And today's question comes from Norm. I'm wanting to do an Ironman as part of a bucket list, but I'm turned off from the price it cost. With registrations, travel, equipment, etc., it looks like it will cost me around $2,000. Is this right? Is there a cheaper way to do this? Yeah, I'll run through some costs. So to do a full Ironman, an Iron branded race, it's a little south of $1,000 Australian. So you got your registration, then you got your entry fee or whatever. You've got to have be a member of at least a 1 day membership of for me Triathlon Australia. I'm guessing if you're from the US, Triathlon US. You're wherever, so you're covered on that side of things. But then you yes, you got travel, you've got hotels, you need something to pack your bike in, either a proper bike bag or box, or go up to your bike shop and get an old box and break your bike down and throw it into that. And it's all the little things, your nutrition, your pool costs, either paying entry into your swimming pool every week or every session, or paying a membership. If you go into the gym, you got gym membership. You got bike maintenance, you've got bike servicing, you've got running shoes, you've got race day kit. If you want to do it on a time trial bike, that's an extra cost, or or jump on a road bike, or the costs add up real hard, real quick. Generally, it depends how far away your race is, depends greatly, and if you want to take the family with you, and it does add up real quick. For me personally, on average, for me to do an Ironman, $2,000 would be nice. I'm probably investing a lot more than that, because just everything that comes along with it. Like for just the last Ironman, it was just south of $1,000 for entry. My flight from Tasmania to Cairns was I want to say $500-600. My accommodation was $500. A rental car that was $600 or so, and I'm a tightwad, and my wife's a tightwad, and my wife bargain shopped big time for those prices. I don't know if I could have got it any cheaper. But that's me living on the bottom of Australia, racing at the very top of Australia. So it's a fair way for me to do Busselton. It's a little bit more, the cost a little bit higher. For me to do Port Macquarie, for instance, the price comes a little bit lower. Not too much, but still a little bit lower. So, depends where you live. It depends on everything and how tight you are. $2,000, if you can do it for $2,000, that seems pretty good to me. There are cheaper options, of course. So if you live in the US, there are some non-branded. Well, I don't know if we've got any in Australia, but I know the US has a couple non-branded Ironman challenge events. I've always wanted to do a challenge event. One year they actually sponsored me, became a sponsor of mine, and had booked to do a couple of challenge events, and everything was all taken care of. And then I broke a collarbone, so I couldn't do one, and then something else happened, and I couldn't do the other, and it was probably the worst sponsorship from a challenge point of view ever. But they gave it to me, and I've always wanted to do a challenge event. So I'm talking to the wife just recently, saying I might go over and do Challenge Melbourne next year. But anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you. So Challenge is a little bit cheaper, not much, but what you want if you're going to be doing an iron distance as a bucket list, you can get it cheaper if you look for those smaller races, but the atmosphere's not there. If it's a bucket list, you have to go. I think if it's a bucket list, I wouldn't look at any other brand but Ironman, purely because it's just on a completely different level. Ironman comes into town, they take over the entire town. And I'm not exaggerating here, they take over an entire town. There's banners saying Ironman everywhere. There's just thousands of volunteers. You go into all these shops, they're wearing Ironman t-shirts, like the shopkeepers. It's hard to describe. But if it's a bucket list thing, I originally got into Ironman because of a bucket list. I'm going to do that, go and shoot over to Boston, and I'm just walking around completely amazed with, look at this. I just thought there'd be, the day before they'd start picking up a finisher line. There's your start. There's some bike racks over there, and 3, 2, 1, go. I had no idea that it was going to be as big as what it was. It's just they take over an entire town, and to give you more, and you do see where the price goes. I don't complain about the entry into an Ironman because you look around and you see where it goes. Now, I was talking, going back a few years ago when I had an old website, I was talking to, I forget who it was, one of the race directors, George someone, for Ironman Western Australia. And they had spent over $100,000 on the audio system and TV system, the big screens, just for this race. It's local. This isn't going to be televised live on the net or anything. This is big PA systems right around, the big TV screens right around. So you can come around and you see yourself finishing and stuff. It's just purely on audio and those little things, a music system. $100,000 the race director spent on that. So the fee, and you just look around, you could see the money, where the money's going. You cross that finishing line, they've got a big medical tent, they've got big catering, they've got massage tent, they've got, it's just on a completely different scale. So if I was you, I would not complain about the $2,000. I would pick a race, I would train for it, I would save for it, and go and do it. It will be the best No one I know has done an Ironman going, it was all right, but it's just a bit expensive. You see where the money goes. You really do. It'd be addictive. You'll be. To me, I couldn't just stop at one. I had to keep going and got suckered in big time. I'm sure my wife hates it. Anyway, if you guys have any other questions, before I go, tell me what you do. And keep us updated, mate. I'd love to know when you book in, and I'd love to know when you finish. If you guys have any other questions, send me an email, tim@trainsmooth.com. Till tomorrow, hooroo. Hooroo.